Disgraced former Fox News host Tucker Carlson was in the headlines late last week because he did an interview with a conservative writer by the name of Rod Dreher, in which he told the story of how one night, about a year and a half ago, he was in bed sleeping and then suddenly was attacked by a demon. And I don't mean, oh, the demons, they're out there. He claims he was literally physically attacked by an actual real demon that left claw marks on him that he says still exist to this day. Apparently, you've got an issue with healing there. You're like the opposite Wolverine, but that sounds pretty intense, right? Here's what Carlson said during this interview. I had a direct experience with it. I got attacked while I was asleep with my wife and 4 dogs in the bed and mauled, physically mauled. The interviewer then asks, was it a demon? And Carlson says, yeah, by a demon or something unseen that left claw marks on my side. And he says they're still present a year and a half later. Now, the internet had a field day with this. I'll read you some of the responses in just a moment, but let me go back to the whole demon thing, okay? Because that seems to be right, like the heart of it. You're in bed and you're asleep. And suddenly you get attacked by something. You get scratched by something, okay? You admitted there were 4 dogs in the bed and a wife who may or may not, have long fingernails. Something scratched you. And instead of thinking maybe it was the wife rolling over and accidentally getting you, maybe it was one of the 4 dogs that all have paws with claws. No. It wasn't the dogs. It wasn't the wife. It was a demon, an actual real physical demon, maybe one that he couldn't see. He doesn't know what the demon looked like, but it scratched you. My first guess, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, it's the dogs. I got 3 dogs that sleep in my bedroom. Big dogs. Unfortunately, they're a little bit bigger than they should be at this point. They get off and on the bed all night. Sometimes they step on me. Sometimes they have scratched me. If I have a leg hanging out or something, they'll accidentally step on it and scratch it a little bit. But I've never once had a dog step on me in the middle of the night where I wake up and like, oh my God, it's a demon. It's clearly a demon. It definitely was not the dog that just stepped on my bits and pieces here. No, I'm willing to bet, if anything, probably one of the dogs was just trying to get comfortable, move around, and accidentally stepped on you. That makes a lot more sense than a demon. And as I said, internet had a field day with it. Here's some of the responses. This is from the account Republicans Against Trump. They said, quote, Tucker Carlson says he was physically attacked by a demon in bed at night. I had 4 claw marks on either side, underneath my arms and on my left shoulder, and they're bleeding. Totally normal and not weird at all, the account said. Richard Hanania, president of the Center for the Study of Partisanship and Ideology, said, quote, Tucker says that he was attacked by a demon in his sleep who left 4 claw marks underneath his arm and on his shoulder, and he knows he didn't claw himself because he sleeps on his side. This clears up a lot. He seems to have a case of mild schizophrenia. Jim Stewartson said, my best guess is he had some splaining to do to his wife and made up a story that he's really committed to. And here's where it gets even funnier. Paul Krugman, okay, a Nobel Prize winning economist for his writing in the New York Times. I don't know if you've ever seen Paul Krugman do interviews. I actually was able to I sat next to him at a table one time in a green room at the 2008 Democratic Convention. He's a very mild, almost very timid guy. He doesn't talk. He's not snarky or anything. And even Krugman came out and roasted Tucker Carlson for this, which blows my mind. He says, in fairness to Tucker Carlson, I too have been clawed by a demon. His food bowl was empty and he shared a picture of his cat. Do you know how bad it is, again, to get roasted by Paul Krugman? A Nobel Prize winning economist is making fun of you on the internet. That is a whole new level of humiliation that I didn't think was possible for Tucker Carlson, but there it is. And I got to ask one more question. Who is this story appealing to? Like, what's the point in telling the story, I was mauled by a demon in my sleep? What do you have to gain from that? Like, what audience is going to hear that and be like, oh, well, I guess I got to subscribe to his podcast. I guess I got to support him even more now. I mean, he's just mauled by a demon. None of it makes any sense unless, of course, it was just a dog. And when a dog steps on you and scratches you, you're going to have 4 marks because the little, back thumb claw is not going to do it, but the forefront will. Trust me, happens to me all the time. It was probably a dog, not a demon. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.